my god, sorry it's been so long since I've made a video. Finally got my microphone back. I lost it while moving, and finally was able to find it, so the audio should be a little better, even though it's echoing in my garage, I'm sure. Ooh, excuse me. I got my garage cleaned up, so now there's plenty of room in here for George, my new Genesis, and my wife's Mazda 3 that she still has. Anyways, I just want to give you an update on my Genesis. Things have been good with it. I've kind of adjusted to the power that it has, so it's not like when you first drive it, it has like this wow factor, but you know, it's still a very fast car. But when I drive it now, I've kind of adjusted to it. I get thumbs up all the time with this thing. I swear, every time I pull up to a gas pump, somebody comes out and gives me a thumbs up and says, "Nice car," which is cool. I mean, I guess I've never had a car that people do that before. I've already needed to have the front headlight replaced because when I bought it, I guess the low beam headlight was angled very high, and you can't adjust them, so they had to replace it because the auto leveling function was busted. And I'll show you now. So now I have one very faded headlight and one brand new headlight. So this is the faded one. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out in the video, but let's take a look at the other one. And this one is brand new, so you know, it is what it is. They're not going to replace both of them if they're not both broken just to match, because it was a $1,300 part that they fixed and didn't charge me for it. So I'm not complaining. Now that it works, it's good. It's got the HID bulbs. Not many cars use HID from the factory, so it's kind of cool. I've always been more of an LED person. They seem to light up the road better for me, but you know, they're cool nonetheless. They have like a little bluish tint to them. I just added LED bulbs for the fog lights, a little more lighting on the road. There is a weird humming sound when I'm on the highway, but it's only at 70 miles an hour, and then it goes away and comes back at 82 miles an hour and then goes away again. And I've changed what gear I'm in at the same speeds to see if it would go away, and it doesn't. So I don't know what it is. I just try to avoid those speeds. If any of you know what that would be, people say it could be a wheel hub. So I'm not sure. When I bought the car, I took it to a Hyundai dealer to have the headlight diagnosed, and they said, or they printed out stuff that had been done, and they replaced the wheel hubs not that long ago. So unless they just installed it wrong, I don't see how it could be that. Another thing that I find annoying is the rear camera is angled extremely low. So I use a rear camera sometimes just to see if cars are coming up behind me or if somebody's pulling out. You almost just see the ground behind you, and you know, you use your mirrors as well, so I've never run into anything, but it's just kind of annoying coming from other vehicles that have better cameras. Something else is it's a very noisy engine. It almost sounds like a timing chain rattle. I took it in for that, to have them just inspect it to tell me if it was normal, and it was normal. And the car drives fine, but when you're idling and you rev the engine, it has like a very loud rattling sound paired with a sound that makes it seem like it's struggling. So I don't know. But yeah, other than that, it's been a good car. I'm starting to think of this car as more of like a treat to drive, and it feels weird driving something like this every day. That sounds stupid probably, but when I get into it to drive to work, it just seems like I should be doing something other than just going to work in it, because it's such a powerful, comfortable car. Mikey's been following me around here. You can't see him because he's so low. Mikey, Mike. His hearing is very bad because he's an old man. Mikey, Mike, hey buddy. Yeah, so I'm about to fill up my gas tank. Gas is low. That's a benefit of having a couple cars. You can just rotate them until prices go down and then fill them all up. Okay, so I've kind of rearranged how I'm going to be driving these vehicles. My 2000 Miata, I'm trying to sell it. I haven't tried really hard. I've got it listed like on Facebook and Craigslist. I'm going to be splitting the duties between Omar and George, so my 95 Miata and the Genesis. The Genesis will be for long trips and just when I want a more comfortable ride, or I want to go out and race some people. And then Omar is just going to be my daily grinder to get better gas mileage. The Genesis is averaging about 18. I just left the gas pump and I filled up and I got 17.1. So that's my daily commute. I don't think I went on any lengthy drives with it. So whenever your car is in that warm-up phase and you don't even get it fully warmed up, by the time you get to work, that's going to just kill your mileage. It's not even going to equal the EPA, because EPA tests it when your car is probably warmed up. So yeah, and it'll keep the miles down. I did get the warranty to 100,000 miles and it's got 45,000, so 55,000 in 5 years. That's just a little over 11 a year. That's light driving, so I'm trying to keep it within that. If I keep this car 5 years, which that rarely happens, so we'll see. That's just where I'm at right now, and I'm going to enjoy driving my Miata through the winter time. It's always been a car I've tried to preserve, but there was kind of a lot of rust that I've been repairing on it. And it's to the point with me where I'm not going to go all out with preserving it if that's going to happen anyways. I want to put some miles on it. The engine is very strong. It's slow as hell. Comparing it to this car now, it's kind of comical, but you enjoy it in a different way. I was telling my wife that having a car that's very fast is fun, but having a car that you can throw the top down and just feel connected to the road is fun in a different way. So that's really why I like having these two cars. People probably look at my driveway and they're like, he's got a 5-liter V8 and a slow-ass Miata. They're great for two different purposes. And I enjoy driving both of them almost the same, honestly. So, cool. All right, guys. See you later.